Network Entertainment.
If you look at it at a black and white na setup, diba? Na anything you actually attach to the helmet is a risk for the safety that it already has passed.
But I would think realistically, since those are kind of just mounted and they're on plastic bits, no. If you do take a spill, that's the first thing that's going to break away.
I think especially with Cardo, with the new magnetic system, that's I think a
probably it's a safety.
Welcome to another episode of Tunay na Rider. Mga katunay, it's me, your boy, King Senko, with me, Iba Bernardo, Mr. Tunay na Rider, and our guest for this episode is Mr. JC Santamarina, isa sa big boss dito sa aming temporary home.
Oo.
WWR.
Hindi na tayo lumayo para maghanap ng guest, di ba?
And JC, really, thank you for having us in your home. And
hindi na kami aalis.
Welcome to the show. Bahala ka, dito na kami.
And for the longest time, nandyan lang pala talaga kayo sa paligid because we're neighbors here in the community, di ba?
Oh my God. Man, sinukat ko na kanina. I live only 850 meters away.
Ako 500 meters.
So technically, I live the farthest from HQ. Okay.
So today we're gonna be talking about
helmet. Yung mga ratings, jargons, particularly, JC, yung 2205, 2206, the classifications or levels of safety ng isang helmet. Bro, makukwento mo ba kami tungkol dyan?
Okay, but I think it's better na we start with a disclaimer. I'm not an expert or the authority when it comes to safety of the helmets. But because of my work with WWR, I do a lot of research for, what customers mostly ask, what's the difference between all of these ratings?
Kayo kasi yung nagdi-distribute ng mga gantong klaseng helmet.
Premium quality safe helmets like Shark and Head-On.
Yeah. Siguro,
parang ayaw mo bitawan, ha? Parang sinota mo na eh.
Kakulay ng brown. Tingnan mo pag-buksan ko, bro, ha? Kakulay yung brown, no?
Oo, bagay.
So, one thing na, we really value as a company here at WWR is, when it comes to the gear that we bring in, we do a lot of research. We also make sure that it passes this certain standard of safety because safety for us is non-negotiable when it comes to motorcycle gear.
Mismo.
And if it doesn't put a checklist on check on that item, diba, why consider it as a brand for us?
So hindi porket may DTI sticker pasada na sa inyo. So what are the ratings that are out there for helmets?
Well, based on my research, I think one of the strictest right now when it comes to the safety rating for helmets is the ECE standard. So ECE comes from the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. So it's basically a strict standard set by the UN in Europe. And so there's been different stages of that. Previously, it was the 2205, and right now we're already in the 2206 na era where a lot of tech kasi has already come in for helmets. So through
tulad niyan, tingnan mo may ilaw.
Through research, through actual use, diba?
So but the Euro homologation, which is what ECE is, goes beyond helmets. These guys have the strictest in the world. Yeah. The reason why Apple had to go USB-C was because of EU ratings and homologation, right? Yes. So they are some of the strictest in the world, which is why ito yung gold standard.
Yes.
When it comes to safety rating.
Para sa mga nanonood, kung kaya nyo mag-research ngayon na ba nanonood nito, i-comment nyo kung ano ibig sabihin ng homologation. Titingnan namin yan.
Okay, good.
CCE. Bro, ito common question to, no? Sa kasi 'di ba sa Pilipinas nagkaroon tayo dati ng sort of batas na huliin kapag walang ICC sticker.
Mhm.
Pero yung ICC, wala naman siyang basis for safety in reality.
Yes,
Tapos,
it's a trade-related
Oo,
sticker
diba?
kasi it means that you've paid the correct
Ah,
taxes.
yun lang pala
You've
yun.
paid the correct-
Trade. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with safety.
Nothing.
Okay. In fairness to them naman, when it comes to safety kasi, for you to get that trade stamp, you have to make sure you submit the safety tests na pumasa yung helmet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
but technically, it's not a safety rating.
Pero-
it's more of it went through the
So
right
it's
process.
part of the process that says you're legitimately importing something and selling it
That
in the
are-
Philippine
yes.
market.
Wala
That
lang-
passes safety standards.
Kumbaga, wala lang siyang sariling pag-aaral niya. Nakadepende siya sa pag-aaral ng iba.
Yes.
Titingnan lang nila. Pero, JC, totoo ba yung conception out there na kapag may ECE, SNEL, or whatever rating yung helmet mo, mas mahal daw?
If you look at it from an economic standpoint, definitely, because it means the company took that extra step to make sure that the helmet is safe. And actually, since you mentioned DOT, the main difference between ECE and DOT is that DOT will give you the requirements. You manufacture the helmet based on those requirements, and they'll do the testing randomly after production.
Okay.
Parang
okay.
halimbawa, 1,000 ganito yung ginawa. Pipili sila ng
Yes,
isang random.
And
testing nila.
yes, and then ang trust doon is based on we submitted to you our requirements. You made sure that it followed that. Ang difference ng ECE is before you can manufacture, you have to have the helmet pass all the tests first before they give you the stamp for production. That's why it takes longer to get an ECE na certification.
Okay.
Right.
So it's iterative in production, not you built it and it's out. So you can actually make a helmet, put it out in the market, and it fails DOT standards?
I wouldn't know. I haven't had any experience with that, but it's just that's the process. So possible that they'll manufacture already. Can you imagine yung loss for that if you're the manufacturer, diba? Na they do the random test, your helmet doesn't pass, diba? So yun yung challenge doon. So you also have that kind of risk reward scenario pa. Instead of you made sure it was safe, then you manufactured it.
So going to ECE 2206.
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
It has actually, in recent years, had the most impact on helmet designs
Yes.
and how it looks.
Yes.
You've noticed the mga 2205 helmets, King, no? Iba yung forma. And then pagdating ng 2206, nagbago lahat ng mga helmet. Yung mga how they look and how
And the size.
and the sizing.
In general shape, di ba?
Yeah. What happened?
Well, if you read a lot about ECU 2205, one thing you'll notice is the test only involved about 5 impact points. Okay, the difference with 2206 is that you could do the test includes up to 17 impact points. So, for example, helmet design. If you were kind of strategic in your manufacturing, you just make sure that those 5 impact points are reinforced so that when they do the test, your helmet will pass. So the difference with 2206 is the 5 are still there, but the other 12, they're going to be randomly tested pa.
It's random.
And it's random. Just to make sure
you're not just reinforcing specific points.
Yes.
Kasi nga naman
I didn't know that.
Kasi nga naman pag sumemplang ka, 'di ba, di mo naman mapipili kung saan tatama yung ulo.
Yes, unless you're super skilled like King, 'di ba? Dito pa lang yung
stunt rider yan.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you were now testing with 2206.
Yes.
18 points?
17
points randomly. Some of them randomly around the helmet.
Yes.
How has that changed the look of helmets?
Well, again, with the 2205, you have 5 specific points. So there's not much complication in the design of the helmet. Now with 17, you have to
5 and always in the same spot.
Diba? With 2206, you have 17 spots. Some of them are random. So you really have to ensure that your whole helmet is safe.
Diba? So it's such a big level up when it comes to safety.
Yes.
So if you're going to be in the market looking for a helmet, you want that 2206.
And gagastos ka na lang din, di ba? ba't ka papipili nung outdated na yung yung kumbaga ipinasa niya na test when you can buy 2206?
Yes, that's correct. And one thing also, no, if you do the comparison side by 2205 and 2206, there's really major changes. Kaya, like what you observed, there's also a difference now in how helmets are designed. Like, for example, 2205, there's a certain height that they drop the helmet, which kind of mimics a certain speed of the crash. Okay, so that's why helmets before, they could be really safe for fast, but when it comes to slow riding, that's when the helmet actually has more energy transference. So yeah, so if you look at it, no,
wait, unpack that for me.
Yeah, the main
it's
reason,
safe when some helmets back before in 2205 days are safe for speed, but not necessarily as safe in slow accidents.
Yeah, I was gonna explain that. No, so the main reason why we wear helmets is because in the unlikely event of a crash, what you want to do is protect your brain from impact, from the force that you get from hitting
yung
another
sudden
object.
Energy, di ba?
Yes, the sudden energy. So helmets in the 2205, they were designed for fast, di ba? Because that was the only test that they did. So when it came to slow riding, there were instances where some helmets had energy transference because of just a slow speed.
Galing, no? May nakakalusot na kakaibang kakaibang kumbaga wasak ng helmet pagka mabagal lang.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what they did different with 2206. 2206, there's a higher drop and a lower drop to mimic the slower rate. Okay. And another thing they added is they now have an angular impact. Dati, it was either a flat surface, a pointed surface. Ngayon, meron pang angular. So it takes into consideration na yung rotational impact, which for some, it's not necessarily the force of getting hit. It's how your head rotated during the hit.
Question.
Because impact yan sa spinal column,
or the placement of the brain.
The placement of the brain.
Question, JC. Hindi na kakaiba sa atin yung makapanood tayo sa mga video sa internet. Nagulungan yung rider, di ba? Medyo gory, pero minsan nagugulungan yung helmet. Part ba yun ng pag-test ng 2206?
I think, this is my opinion. I don't think helmets are made to withstand that. That's already what they call rigidity test. But rigidity tests in ECE, DOT, SNEL is more for during impact, it doesn't break. It's different kasi when you apply constant pressure, which is not a typical motorcycle injury.
Right.
I think that kind of impact and that kind of testing is more for Furigan jackets, right? Yung long periods of exposure on asphalt. Di ba may rating rin na ganon? And maybe we can go into that in another episode.
Yeah. The slide,
slide rating. Kasi may level 1, level 2, level 3. And I think that's important. Like if you're going to be using it on a track, or if you're going to use it as a daily commuter, na urban, or if you're going to be using it for long rides.
Yeah.
And there are compromises and pros in those different levels.
Okay. Yes. Ito naman, JC, napapag-usapan natin to off-cam kanina. May kinalaman ba yung 2206 kaya nagiging medyo bilugan yung design ng mga helmet ngayon?
Yes, like what I just mentioned about the rotational impact. Rounder helmets kasi provide you that allowance where your head won't be fixed lang. Diba? So it allows you to kind of instead of just flat impact with a rounder shape or less na mga kanto, what you experience is you allow your head to move pa.
Okay.
Kasi pag halimbawa flat yan, tas flat rin yung tumama, that's when there's no more rotation. So energy gets transferred right away.
So the round mo, ganon,
so the roundness dissipates. It's not just pack and then hard.
Yes.
It's
yes.
Okay. Now I kind of get it. Get it.
How about for aerodynamic, bro? Part ba yun ng ECE test?
So it's not part of
I think that's more performance, but you need to have the base safety first. And then once you get the base safety,
you work around that.
Then you start making it aerodynamic.
Yeah, actually later we can touch on that when we talk about the different models that try to comply with ECE 2206. So
Interesting.
yeah, so other differences with ECE 2206 na we've already encountered is that they do the tests already for visors, that it's resistant also to impact. Okay.
Hindi mababasag.
Hindi mababasag. So
in 2205 days, what
it
was there?
I think it wasn't that strict. So now they just kind of leveled up in testing for that. Then there's the what you mentioned earlier, this a rigidity test. So dati it's just one impact, then pass or fail for those 5 zones. Ngayon is after the first impact, is the helmet still rigid? They're gonna do another test.
So once it's been compromised,
Can
it still protect? Yun ang sinasabi mo, King.
Yes.
Yung follow-on
Yes.
impact.
Alam mo, may share ko lang bro, no? Meron akong, may pinadala sa akin dati, randomly, ng isang helmet, i-test ko raw. Kinuha ko, pinalo-palo ko ng maso. Medyo nag-viral siya, pero ang pinaka natuwa ako yung lente niya, bro. Tinutungtungan ko na, tinatalunan ko na, ginulungan ko ng kotse. Hindi siya basta-bastang
Yeah.
Pero yung mga ganun klaseng test, hindi naman scientific.
I know. Wala na akong magawa. It was pandemic, 2020, bored ako sa bahay. Pero yun.
That's true. Like what King said, the visor test, actually, it's a simulation through a stainless steel na bulitas.
Okay.
So what it does now is it kind of mimics a stone that gets targeted at you, and will it break the visor? Because imagine if it doesn't.
Mukha mo agad yun, men.
Mata.
Yeah.
Diba? I mean, if ilong, diba? May mga doc naman dyan who can fix it. But if you get hit in the eye,
wala na.
Now,
I have a question. So
yes.
You've got different types of helmets.
Yes.
Right? You've got full face. These are both full face. But you also have modular.
Yes.
You have 3/4. You have Are there different 2206 ratings for those types of helmets?
Okay, so it's good that you mentioned that, no? Actually, when it was still 2205, one thing that was unique with our Shark modular helmet, the Evo GT line, is it was double homologation. So before 2205, all modular helmets only had to pass the closed lid test. But back then, Shark already did a double homologation setup, meaning their helmet passed 2205, open and closed.
Okay. So,
and that wasn't a requirement back then.
Talagang lang.
They just
lang si Shark.
Safety lang talaga yung priority nila eh. Diba? Like, their product training is not called a product or a sales training. It's a safety training.
Wait, sorry. Let me unpack that. Actually, let's get the helmet. Let me get the helmet.
Okay.
Para makita natin.
Ito yung antindi nitong helmet na to eh. Para siyang transformer.
Yeah.
Okay, ito yung helmet.
Yeah. So, it's homologated to be used for
As
safety. 2205 before, for all modular helmets, they would do the test with the lid closed.
You want to look at the camera, man.
Yeah. So,
ikaw nag-setup niyan eh.
And with the lid closed, just because it's a standard before for full face helmets. But Shark went the extra mile and they did the homologation even when it's open.
Right.
Okay. Which actually right now, with the 2206 na standard for modular helmets, they have to pass open and closed.
Kayo pala pasimuno ng ganon, bro.
Yes. And again, diba, if you look at it, if a helmet is designed to be ridden
like that,
dapat
nga naman matest yan.
Yes. And it should be safe also. That's why some modular helmets, they're left here, they can't be ridden open. You still have to close it first before you ride. So with this one, you can ride it in the city, open, and then when you go to the highway or long rides, closed.
Galing.
Yan.
Ayun. Okay, I guess now, bro, nabigyan mo na kami ng kumbaga basic, kumbaga idiot's guide about 2206. Let's now talk about the additions dun sa helmet. We have intercom, tulad ng mga ganyang squall, may mga additional na siyang ilaw, wires for charging.
Okay.
How does that come into play?
Okay. So, with constant research, technology, helmets started integrating stuff
technology.
Into the helmet.
Yeah.
The difference now is EC2206 is if you're making an integrated accessory, it has to pass EC2206 with that accessory built in.
So,
So
the Squall,
yes, the Squall
i3
i3
is a great example of that.
Yes.
With the lights and the accelerometer built in,
Yes.
USB-C charging.
Battery.
It's got a battery.
Yes.
And
LED lights.
we know that lithium batteries, if not protected properly,
yes,
can be
Is a hazard.
is a hazard
Yes.
potentially.
Pwede
And
sumabog,
the dual
pwede
visor.
mag-leak.
Dual visor.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of complex mechanisms and
Yes.
technology and science that goes
Yes.
into designing this more than, let's say, a beautiful hand-painted head-on, right?
Yes. So when it comes to helmet tech, actually, Shark has been at the forefront of some of the innovations for 2206. Like, for example, did you know that the Spartan RS was the first helmet with a dual visor that passed 2206? Okay, so that was one of its claims to fame. That's why technically for us, it's our fastest selling helmet as well, because it's light, even though it's a dual visor. It's comfortable.
Because the more mechanisms you have, the more functionality
Yes,
a helmet has,
the harder it is to pass.
the harder it is to pass.
At saka
Lalo na with
ba-
something like this, na parang origami pa nagtatransform.
At
Diba?
saka yung timbang dumadagdag din, di ba?
Yes.
So-
But in general, from 2205 to 2206, most helmets actually gained weight and size.
Balikan ko lang yung nabanggit mo kanina, JC,
Mhm.
Dapat makapasa sa 2206 with all the text, bits, and bobs na idadagdag mo.
Yes, if it's integrated.
Okay, so hindi kasama dun yung isi-stick mo dito na intercom.
Yes.
It's a totally different
Yes.
ball game.
It's a totally different ball game. Kaya,
Right.
manufacturers would always recommend that use the integrated or the partner. ganyan.
Uy! Tigil niyo muna yung pakikinig ng show na to, ha? Oo, ito po ang The Cool Pals.
Hello.
Hello sa inyo, sa mga nakikinig
Tumingin sa
ng
camera.
podcast na to. Hello sa inyo.
Hello.
Ito po ang kwentuhang inuman lang, long table inuman, may uupong guest, at makikipagkulitan sa amin. Ganun lang po ang podcast namin. Kaya kung trip nyo makakinig ng mga lasing,
Ayaw mo, parang ayaw mo na mamilit kung gusto nilang ano.
hindi, bahala na sila. Tapos pag nakinig sa atin, magre-reklamo.
Huwag ka na lang makinig, ganun ba?
Papatanggal nyo sa trabaho?
Hindi.
Hindi nagustuhan?
Hindi yan.
Huwag na kayo makinig!
Sige.
Huwag na! Bumalik na kayo sa show na!
yun na,
Huwag
yun
na
na
kayo
yan.
pupuntahan! Huwag
Tinanggal
kayo pupunta sa show na!
Ano?
Pero kung gusto nyo makinig, punta na kayo sa The Cool
Pwede naman.
Pals.
Ganda naman eh.
Di ako minom.
All right. So right now, if you get the integrated comm system,
Mm.
it still maintains the shape.
Yes.
And then now,
And,
when you're talking about rotational stuff and yung pag tumama ka,
Pasado
Yes.
yun.
pasado yun kasi built-in eh.
Yes.
Nandun pa rin yung shape and yung smoothness or whatever, right?
Yes.
But now, tayo, ang dami natin nakakabit sa helmet, pare. May GoPro, may Insta, may Cardo.
Yeah.
That is potentially dangerous.
Yes, actually. If you look at it at a black and white na setup, diba? Na anything you actually attach to the helmet is a risk for the safety that it already has passed.
But I would think realistically, since those are kind of just mounted and they're on plastic bits, no. If you do take a spill, that's the first thing that's going to break
Yes.
away.
I think especially with Cardo,
Oo.
with the new magnetic system, that's I think a reason
Probably
also
it's
to
a
quick
safety.
release it.
Okay. So
So
just keep that in. Don't put anything na talagang mounted into the helmet na
Alam mo, pinaka-wild
Yeah.
na nakita ko sa Marilake.
tatlong cameras.
There's this guy, may dalawa siyang Insta360 dito, tapos may isa pa siya dito. Parang, how do you ride with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Ang tagal kong sinusundan yung guy. May ganun siya, man.
Yeah. So that's why when it came to the i3, Shark is, light years ahead compared to the others because they integrated something new, but they had to make sure that it passed EC 226. So if other brands try to follow with their lighting, they still have to pass EC 226. And usually it's about another year or two before they can come to market because EC 226 requires passing before manufacturing.
you said something earlier about the differences. So now we know that the helmets are a bit rounder,
Mhm.
so that the
rotational force.
rotational force as well as the random places that are being tested with impact, no?
Mm.
And how 2206 is a much stricter standard, no? And you said they're heavier.
Slightly heavier because depending on how you manufactured helmets before, if you just focus on those 5 impact zones, you can make the other parts lighter.
Yeah. Bawasan mo lang konti. Okay.
So now, if you have to prepare for all
17
of those 17
impact zones,
you have to enforce the helmet. So
here.
Okay, so I mean, now we have we talked about the Sharks and all of the cool tech and functionality there. On the totally different end of the spectrum, you have Head-On,
Yes.
right? Which are more for classic, old school,
Yes.
hand painted, not necessarily
Japorms to bro.
but not necessarily making yabang about the tech, right?
Japorms,
But you were saying that actually they pride themselves in the design.
Yes. So if it's like having 2 different kids, diba, for us. So both of our brands are ECE 2206 compliant, but all of Shark's research goes into their first priority, which is MotoGP.
Yep.
So the helmet has to be able to ride fast, but be safe even if it's fast or
aerodynamic.
Yes. So when it comes to their helmet design, priority is always aerodynamics first. Diba? So 2206 non-negotiable na. So their research goes to building a 2206 helmet that is aerodynamic. The next is one thing I appreciate with Shark is that they make sure that their visors are optical class 1. Meaning, as you go to high speed, walang distortion yung...
Nakakahilo kasi yun, bro.
Yes.
Could be a hazard din.
Yes. The way that they explained it to me is, kasi ako, ever since I started riding, Shark pa lang nagamit ko. So, ang explanation sa akin on what optical class 1 means is that when you're going at speed, eventually, the edges start to bend as you go faster. So, yung poles, trees. So,
okay. So, we're talking about not the edges, not your helmet, but you start having its tunnel vision.
Yes.
Yep.
So, the distortion gives you a weaker sense of distance and yung estimation of your movement.
Judgment.
Yeah. So, optical class 1 makes sure that even at speed, there's no distortion. And especially our fastest riders are using these helmets. Now, lastly is the Shark make sure that even with the added weight, they put some research on how to distribute the weight so it doesn't feel heavy on your head. It may feel heavy on paper, but on your head, the weight is distributed evenly. So even if our modular on paper is heavier than most other helmets, when you put it on, it's okay.
Na parang motor lang yan eh, di ba?
Yes.
May mga ibang motor na grabe on paper, ang bigat.
GS.
The GS, yeah, great example.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're actually riding it,
you don't feel it.
You don't feel the
Para
weight.
kaya pala tong tropa natin si Johan Zarco.
Oo.
Yan ang gustong helmet, no?
Oh, sa world number 1 tayo with Johan Zarco and Castrol.
So that's our first kid, sabihin natin, si Shark. That's his character. So aerodynamics, speed, no wind resistance when you're riding fast, even if you turn your head.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Shark. So when it comes to Head-On, again, they start with the platform 2206, so it passes all of those tests. But they put all of their research into making the helmet, number 1, smaller in form factor, and super light. So check it out.
Wow.
Okay, JC, speaking of...
So what size is this?
XL yan.
Okay, so for example, this is a medium helmet from Shark. Put it side by side with an XL helmet from Head-On. This is where I was so amazed. Low profile, super light, but ECE 2206 standard.
Nako, mukhang mapapabili tayo niyan.
Question,
na ni King eh.
Question, JC. With the latest and greatest standard, which is the 2206, syempre may presyo tong mga to, di ba?
Yes.
Nagbebenta pa rin ba sa market ngayon? Makakabili pa rin ba tayo ng mas bababa na rating pa doon?
Marami na kahit walang rating na ECE binibenta sa merkado eh.
Yeah.
Pero sa mga high-end,
Sadly.
yun nga lang, no? Kaya ang daming nadidisgrasya kahit hindi kabilisan.
Yeah.
Patay, no?
Well, I wouldn't know for the other brands, but for our brands kasi when they train us about the research that they do, the testing itself is expensive. That's why it also translates to the cost of the helmet. Diba? Like for example, as you go into higher models of motorcycles, diba yung safety features nun also add value to the price of the
Nagkaka-radar
bike.
na, nagkakaroon ng traction control, ABS, mga ganyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to be fair to what we know about our brands, talagang incorporated siya dun sa cost. Na if you're willing to put that certification as part of your badge, that you stand for safety, it comes with a cost. So the research, the pre-production, then the testing, then reproduction.
Yeah. It's not like you just went to a factory in China and said, I like that design, make me a bunch of that, and then sell it.
Put
right?
my brand.
Put my brand.
Logo, ganyan.
Kasi bottom line, the reason why people design these helmets is for them to provide people the correct gear to keep riding.
Correct.
Diba? It's not just for Porma, but it's for always being ma-Porma and riding.
Para sa mga nanonood, JC, napakagagandang helmet nito for modern bikes, for classic. Saan mabibili itong mga to?
Nako,
Alright.
dito ka na bumili. So, pero tulong natin sa WWR and their brand partners for other people listening. Pero mukhang hot ka na bumili, King.
Sold. Ito.
Well, to answer King's question, we're exclusive importers and distributors of these brands. So we work closely with our dealers for you to be able to purchase, for our viewers to be able to purchase them. So, for example, for Shark right now, we're available through Moto ACCS, which is usually beside a Triumph or a Vespa store. Then the Auto Hub Group, yung Moto ACCS. Then we also have MPH in Katipunan. We also have Caballero Gear in Marikina. Down south, we have...
Bagay na bagay to sa Triumph.
Yeah.
Sa T120.
Sa Royal Alloy ko.
Sa Royal Alloy, bagay na bagay
sa
yan.
Hedon, may teaser pa ako dyan. So, mamaya ka na sabihin.
Okay.
But for Shark, yun yung mga major na partners na we have. If you go to Bacolod, we just opened a new partner there. It's called First Gear.
Yun yung pinuntahan mo nung
Yes.
tayo.
When we were in the Negros Loop, we also had a ride with them. If you go down south here in Luzon, we have a new Nemar in Lapa. So Shark's available there also. Then we have Motobox in Taguig. If you go to Bacoor, Miss Techie Gears and Coffee.
Miss Techie, what's up?
She has our lineup of Shark helmets there along with our other brands. So yeah, basically we look for these partners who share the same values as us. But like, for example, guest natin recently si Motor Clyde. Okay, we also have an essential store with them. And that's how we start these relationships. We ask them, is safety a priority for you? Because those are the values that you want to share to the community. So sila yung mga
Hindi
brand
na yan
partners.
2206
Yeah.
2205 So you can see actually the shape is very, very different.
Yes.
2205, 2206.
Yes.
Right.
Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
Well, I saw this video.
Nga, sabi mo meron kang pasabog para dyan.
Yeah, so we're done with where Shark's available. For Head-On, we have a very important announcement to make on where these helmets are going to be available. And it's going to be a very fast break opportunity if you want to be one of the first to get a Head-On helmet.
What
December,
do you mean by
January.
fast break opportunity?
Because,
Flash sale, ganon?
No, because we believe that Head-On is going to be a fast seller for us.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, people have been asking us, when is Shark going to make a classic helmet? They always say, we don't use it in MotoGP.
This is, the leather trim, the plush interior,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
iba. Meron
Sobrang
pang carbon, no?
Holy
Yes.
crap!
This is the Bike Shed Moto version.
Ang ganda, bro.
Limited to.
Magaan.
Limited to kay Boss Ken yata to
Yes.
Oo.
But we actually have, this is the version 1. It's a 2205 version. So if you notice,
Really?
it's larger. So this is a 2XL ngayon. This one's a little larger. But the fit is different. Okay? So this is a 3XL pala yung kay Ken. Tapos the good thing, if you get your Head-Ons from us, from our dealers, the one we'll announce later on. Just follow us on Instagram, WWR Manila, and Facebook. The new versions is talagang if you buy a head-on, you can keep it as long as you want because the newer versions, you can just replace the cheek pads when they wear out.
Really?
The version ones, they're 2205, this one's 2206. The version ones, you have to send it back to the UK if the interior wears off.
Ganon. Yung pa naman yung unang bumibigay, no? Lalo pag hindi ka naman nasisemplang.
Yeah, and it's because it's leather.
Yeah.
So leather over time.
Nagka-crack, due to pawis, di ba? Mga ganyan.
Yes.
Okay. Golden question.
Yeah. So JC,
Tatabi ko ng konti.
I just want to make see JC is a relatively new rider.
Yes.
Oo.
How long have you been riding, JC?
Since June 2023, thanks to Motor Clyde.
So June 2023. But sobrang hardcore.
Iba, never ko pa nakitang nag-ride si JC ng not more than 2 ang layer na suot niya sa upper body.
No, but my with JC is not only is he a daily rider, he's also a long rider.
Yeah.
So in the last year, how many kilometers have you racked up on your bike?
On the bike that we use mostly for work also and for doing all of the tours with the brands, it's racked up about close to 19,000 kilometers already.
In the last year.
Since Feb.
Since Feb. Wow, not even a year. All right.
Yeah, so it doesn't count the mga 5,000 plus.
Nagte-training pa to sa Motor Clyde.
Yeah.
So that really makes you a certified tunay na
Tunay na
rider.
rider yan.
So because of that, my question for you is what we ask all the tunay na riders. What's your definition of tunay na rider?
All right. So for me, my definition of tunay na rider is he leads by example. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Number one is riders kasi a lot of people look up to you because you're an example of the courage that some people don't have. Because motorcycle riding is a high risk, high reward thing. Diba? And if you don't set a good example, you're gonna create templates of bad examples.
Mismo, pamamarisan ka ng iba.
Yes. And one thing that touched me a lot when we did the recent loop is that wherever town we go, kids are watching.
Bomba.
Yeah, they're gonna ask you to stop, ask for stickers, take pictures. And being a good example is a very important part of what we do. Are you painting the correct picture of what they want to be like when they grow up as a motorcycle rider?
That's interesting.
So
lead by example.
So if you look at it, you're an 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid. That last picture of motorcycle rider, that's gonna stick with you in your mind for the next.
Noon umikot ka pa sa Negros, kasama mo si Nudge.
Well, to be fair kay Nudge, he doesn't do the loop without full gear.
Yeah.
Without full gear. And may mga kwento siya na he actually calls out riders who join him.
I saw that. Nakikita ko si Nudge na ganun.
Yeah.
Minsan nga akala ko mag-aaway sila nung sinisita niya, pero hindi naman.
Yeah, it's more he's actually concerned na, I mean, he can ride that way because he's geared up that way.
Oo naman.
Diba? And for me, yun nga I have kids that age and sometimes they ask me why do you have to go out pag weekends and they remember, oh yeah, because you're a weekend warrior, sabi ng daughter ko.
Lead by example,
Yeah,
JC.
lead by example.
Nakikita kita. You have jersey underneath, you have your cooling vest, you have your jacket, you have your
airbag vest.
Pambihira.
But you're right, no. I never thought about it that way. But regardless of what bike you have, let's say nasa isang barangay ka and nakita ka on your Tiger, no? A rider is a rider. Diba? So when there's a guy on a Mio or a Dio and nakita ka, even daily commuting, no, na all the gear, all the safety, and being a responsible, safe rider, you do lead by example because they can relate to you.
Yeah.
You're both riders.
Yes.
Pag umulan, pareho kayong mababasa. Pag mainit, pareho kayong papawis. Well, maybe not you because naka-Inotech ka.
Yeah.
All right? But they can connect with you more than somebody in a car.
Yes.
So you should lead by example. And I think there is responsibility in owning a big bike.
Oo naman.
Diba? Kasi aspirational yan eh.
At saka,
So kung kamote ka, like, or those guys on BMWs dati na nag-viral dahil naka-short sila at kung ano-anong ginagawa nila sa kalsada, that's the example people will see.
Yeah, tsaka amongst everything that you bought, parang yung motorsiklo mo lang yung kaya mag 200 kilometers per hour mahigit.
Pero wag na.
And that's quite powerful, di ba? You use it responsibly. You lead by example.
And by not going 200 kilometers per hour.
And if you look at it, diba, is it true that most of, or if not all of our real friends right now in motorcycling are the ones that you want to keep?
Oo
Diba?
naman.
And
Ayaw
so,
mong mabawasan sila.
yes, and so if you're a good example, you can actually grow that list of friends you'll keep because people get encouraged to ride more.
And safely.
Diba? To enter riding.
Yeah. Agree. 110%.
Yun.
Pero not 200 kilometers per hour. Ikaw, King, BI ka talaga eh.
Diba? Stunt rider, bro.
Sa track.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sa
yun.
track.
Pag
Okay,
MotoGP,
I agree.
pagkasama mo si Boss Johan Zarco sa Castrol Honda LCR.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Yun, pang matulinan.
Pwede yun. And if you need that kind of, if you ride that way, either a daily rider, on track, long rides, WWR.
Mag-shark ka.
Oo, mag-shark ka, mag-Furigan ka, mag-Inotech ka. Pero feeling ko, bibili na yata talaga ako ng
Hedon.
On that note, magsha-shopping na kami. So, see you guys on the next episode of Tunay na Rider.
Oh yeah, kinoment nyo ba yung kahulugan ng ng
Homologated.
Titingnan namin yan. Thank you for tuning in. Tunay na Riders, see you on our next episode. JC, salamat sa pag-ampon sa amin. Salamat.
Thank you, JC. Ride hard, ride safe, ride WWR.
Di na kami alis dito. Bye.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.